back. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking a little bit about Tesla's recent announcement of intent to request shareholders' approval for a stock split. For those of you who are unaware of what a stock split is, I'll quickly explain what that is, and then I'll move on to why Tesla is in a position of strength with this move, why my conviction is so strong, and a couple of other topics. But before then, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications. So what happened? Tesla's announcement of intent was exactly that. They announced that they are going to request shareholder approval for a stock split here in the coming weeks. So for those of you unaware, this is from Investopedia. A stock split is a corporate action in which a company issues additional shares to shareholders, increasing the total by the specified ratio based on the shares they held previously. Companies often choose to split their stock to lower its trading price to a more comfortable range for most investors and increase the liquidity of trading in its shares. So basically, it's the number of shares will increase while the price of those shares will decrease. It'll still hold the same relative value as before the split, which is what we call pre-split. Typically, this signals confidence within the company. Second split in 2 years for Tesla, actually, and there were major gains before, and there will be major gains potential ahead. This is good for existing investors. It brings new investors to the table, which is going to obviously increase the price. It's also good for new investors because it makes the price look more attractive. Keyword being look, because again, it doesn't actually change the value of the company. It simply changes the number that is attached to that share. So why Tesla is in a position of strength with this move? Recently, Elon had announced that Tesla's going to be moving to extreme scale. First, they have the Giga Berlin factory, which recently came online, as well as Giga Austin, which is going to be coming online within the next couple of weeks or so. Plus, they have the Giga Shanghai expansion. This means a lot more cars. Plus, they have volume for battery production, which is going to be a key contributor to the company's overall outlook now and into the future. Speaking of batteries, we noticed that Tesla was able to avoid the nickel crisis that seemingly every other auto manufacturer that produces EVs was hit with. Other auto manufacturers aren't as fortunate, mainly due to their inability to foresee these battery production issues. FSD beta progress plus expansion is also obviously another major catalyst for the stock price. It's now available in 2 countries, being the US and Canada. Now, the only caveat here is that Tesla is not able to operate in Toronto due to their street cars and not feeling comfortable with FSD's ability to navigate around those. But this will come and change with a future update. And it's a claim that no other self-driving company can make. If you'd like, check out the recent FSD video to see some of my thoughts on why I think FSD is going to be such a game changer for Tesla now and into the future. So why my conviction is so strong? Obviously, I want to forewarn, this is going to be a lot of thoughts and opinions. However, I've been asked to make videos explaining how to invest in Tesla. I've been asked to make videos explaining how to invest in Tesla, and my advice is always to do your own research. Research. It's always going to be your best friend. You know what the old adage is, if you know, you know. But ask yourself this: how many times have you seen or been in a Tesla? Do you or any of your friends or family own a Tesla? And how often do you or that person talk a random person's ear off about the car? Having owned 4 in 3 years, I have a different understanding than a typical owner's perspective. I've spent time in 3 of the 4 models, and I have insight into the uniqueness of each. And it has a major value proposition for so many buyer demographics, whether you're into sporty cars, comfort, you're looking for something practical or minimal, maybe even something techie. I always like to say, if you're in the market for a new car and you test drive a Tesla, you'll be in the market for a Tesla. If you're not in the market for a new car and test drive a Tesla, you'll be in the market for a Tesla. And if you're in the market for a Tesla, test drive down. Your bank account will thank you. Lastly, I want to finish up with an updated prediction for the stock price this year. And at the beginning of the year, I had predicted that the stock price would hit $2,000 at some point this year. If a stock split occurs, we likely won't see Tesla below a $1 trillion market cap ever again. And this is substantial. Some people estimate the company will be worth $10 trillion by 2030. That's about a 10x improvement from where we are today. I still believe this to be the case, and a $2,000 price may come sooner than anticipated. If you'll recall, back in early November, the stock price reached its all-time high at about $12.50 a share, then dropped all the way down to $7.60 just a few weeks ago before climbing all the way back up to near all-time highs. What caused the drop? So for those of you who remember, Elon announced that he was going to be selling 10% of his shares in the company. What caused the spike? Perhaps the stock split announcement. But again, this wasn't an actual stock split. It was just an announcement of intent to request approval from shareholders. So I asked this question: will the price continue to rise until the actual stock split occurs? Now, to do a little bit of basic math here, if we assume the stock price of $11.45, which it ended the day at today, and Tesla continues to see on average about a 4% gain per day. What I mean by this is, since reaching their 760 price a couple of weeks ago, they've now been on average increasing by about 4% per day to get to their current price after about 10 to 12 days. So if we extrapolate out that 4% increase on average for the next 10 to 12 days, we get 1145 multiplied by 1.04%. So after the first day, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Do you see where I'm going with this? When Tesla reached their all-time high back in early November, they had went on a run for 25 trading days, about 25 trading days, where they went from 730 all the way up to 1250. Now, if we assume that Tesla was capable of doing that over 25 days, and we look at where they're at today after only 12 days, we can assume that they're capable of reaching another 12-day span of run. This is not a prediction of what will occur. It's just something that could occur. And if we continue to see this, we may see that $2,000 price target happen a little sooner than expected, which would blow a lot of people's minds, myself included. I think the one thing that we have to keep in mind here is that because this was just an announcement of intent, again, this is not an actual stock split. So if we look back at what happened the last time Tesla had announced a stock split, they had announced it in early August, and by the time that the stock actually split at 5-1, the share price had risen by over 80%. Now, let's just assume that 16 days from now, which is when Tesla will approach the shareholders with the approval request, that's going to be about 10 to 12 trading days. And if we see that they do actually get the approval, then the announcement has to come when the actual stock will split. From this time today to the time where the stock price actually splits, how much can we see or expect for the share price to rise? Keeping in mind everything that's happened in the past, keeping in mind all of the good news that's continuing to occur now and in the foreseeable future. It's something to keep in mind. So to recap, we talked about what a stock split is and also Tesla's announcement of intent for a stock split pending shareholder approval. We also discussed why this is out of a position of strength for Tesla, and I gave some thoughts and opinions on why my personal conviction is so strong in the company's future, as well as breaking down how my initial prediction of a $2,000 share price may come sooner than anticipated. I hope you all enjoyed this video, and if you found this information useful, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and share this video with a friend. Thank you all for tuning in, and until next time, peace, love, and happiness.